Welcome to Earnings Central. In this video, we'll break down Micron Technology's third quarter fiscal 2025 earnings. We'll cover key financial performance metrics and dig into insights from the earnings call. All right, let's go. Starting with top-line revenue, the original estimate for Q3 was $8.86 billion. The company actually reported revenue of $9.3 billion, surpassing expectations by 5%. This quarterly revenue also marked a significant 36.6% increase compared to the $6.81 billion reported in the same quarter last year. Moving to adjusted earnings per share, the original estimate for Q3 was $1.60. The company actually reported an EPS of $1.91, crushing expectations by 19.4%. This result reflects a huge 208% increase compared to the 62 cents per share reported in the same quarter last year. Now let's dive into some additional performance metrics highlighted during the earnings call. Micron absolutely crushed their guidance, delivering 39% gross margins versus their original guide of just 36.5%. That's a massive 250 basis point beat that shows the company's pricing power and operational excellence are both firing on all cylinders. This kind of margin expansion in the memory business is exactly what shareholders want to see. But here's where it gets even better. Management isn't stopping there. They've raised their Q4 gross margin guidance to an impressive 42%. That's another 300 basis points of sequential improvement, putting Micron well on track toward their long-term margin targets. This forward guidance shows management's confidence in their pricing strategy and favorable product mix continuing into the next quarter. Let's talk balance sheet strength. Micron has been on an absolute tear when it comes to deleveraging. They've reduced their net debt down to just $3 billion this quarter, a substantial improvement from prior quarters. This kind of debt reduction gives the company incredible financial flexibility to invest in growth opportunities while also returning capital to shareholders. Speaking of financial flexibility, Micron now sits at a record $15.7 billion liquidity position, including their untapped credit facilities. CFO Mark Murphy emphasized that they're basically at zero leverage on a covenant basis, which puts them in an incredibly strong position to weather any potential market downturns while continuing to invest aggressively in their technology leadership. Here's the number that really caught my attention. HBM revenue has now reached a $6 billion annual run rate. Just think about that for a moment. This business that barely existed a few years ago is now generating massive revenues and becoming a cornerstone of Micron's growth strategy. The scalability they've achieved in high-bandwidth memory is truly impressive. Finally, management expects to generate free cash flow again in Q4, continuing their streak of strong cash generation. This consistent free cash flow generation, combined with their strong balance sheet, gives Micron multiple options for capital allocation, including their routine dividend and opportunistic share buybacks. Now let's shift focus to some of the key insights and takeaways from the earnings call. Micron raised their DRAM bit demand outlook for calendar 2025 to high teens growth, up from their previous mid-teens forecast. This isn't just about HBM demand. They're seeing broad-based improvement across multiple end markets, which suggests a more sustainable demand recovery. The pricing story gets even better when we look at next-generation products. Management confirmed that HBM4 pricing is expected to be higher than HBM3E on a per-bit basis. Given that HBM4 offers significantly better performance specifications, customers are willing to pay premium prices for the enhanced capabilities. This sets up a beautiful tailwind for average selling prices as the product mix shifts toward higher-end solutions. One of the most encouraging developments is the improvement in industrial markets. After many quarters of challenging conditions in broad distribution and industrial segments, Micron is finally seeing good demand improvements in these areas. This provides additional support beyond the AI-driven data center growth, creating a more diversified demand profile. From an operational standpoint, their 12-high HBM yields are performing better than their initial 8-high ramp was a year ago, and better than their own expectations. This kind of manufacturing excellence gives Micron a significant competitive advantage and helps explain why they've been able to capture such a dominant position in the HBM market. Regarding the elephant in the room, tariff concerns, management emphasized that the impact on Q3 results was fairly modest. While some customers may have pulled forward orders to different geographies, the overall effect wasn't material to their quarterly performance. This suggests Micron's global manufacturing footprint provides good insulation against trade policy changes. Perhaps most importantly, Micron is incredibly well-positioned for the ongoing AI revolution. They're not just participating, they're leading with world-class technology, proven manufacturing scale, and deep customer relationships. Management highlighted their multi-year R&D engagements for HBM4E, including co-design work with custom-based dies, which shows how embedded they are in their customers' future roadmaps. Micron's Q3 results demonstrate a company firing on all cylinders. Strong financial metrics, improving end market demand, operational excellence, and strategic positioning in high-growth AI markets all point to continued outperformance. With their balance sheet stronger than ever and multiple growth drivers accelerating, Micron looks well-positioned to capitalize on the memory industry's next major growth cycle. The combination of margin expansion, debt reduction, and record HBM revenues creates a compelling investment thesis. Add in the improving industrial markets and strong positioning for AI growth, and you have a memory company that's transformed itself from a cyclical commodity player into a strategic technology partner for the world's most innovative companies. That wraps up our recap of Micron Technology's third quarter fiscal 2025 earnings. If you found this recap helpful and want to stay on top of more earnings reports from other companies, don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more quick and easy breakdowns coming your way from Earnings Central.